So I had a subscriber to my Nice Guy Driver channel. He said if I was doing food delivery, I would not be complaining. What makes you think that food delivery is that much better when the food delivery apps are scamming too? Just because I don't drive doesn't mean I don't keep up with the news and what's going on with these apps. Uber Eats sucks. DoorDash sucks. All these apps are scammers. They don't pay much more lately. Since the pandemic was probably the only time they paid a lot on food delivery. The restaurants are complaining that they're not getting their cut, or they're not getting a reasonable cut. Rideshare and food delivery is trash right now. Trash, I tell you. And I don't know what's going through people's minds to say if I was doing food delivery, I would not be complaining about how much they pay. Yes, I would. I would surely still be complaining because these apps aren't paying good at all. I recently found a new delivery app. This is a brand new one that not really being used. And they did have availability in Connecticut, but most of these new apps, they're not hiring. When you go to do all the work, to get on, to apply, to try to get some work, they'll just say they're not hiring at this time, at least for Connecticut. So we're stuck, unfortunately, with Uber and Lyft until you can get your licenses and go 100% private. I am still working on that. But these apps are just trash. Doesn't matter if you're doing Uber Eats or DoorDash or Lyft. They're trash right now. The major apps are trash. I'm still waiting for the situation with Minneapolis to go through. They pushed back to what? July? This is a scam that Uber and Lyft have been doing for years. They'll threaten to pull out. They'll delay. They'll try to get legislation to change by paying off different politicians on both sides, Republican and Democrats. Uber got so much money they're paying off both sides. Lyft put in an offer first for the 89 cent per mile, as opposed to the $1.41 that they trying to get, or $1.40, which will put them at, I believe, minimum wage. These apps simply don't want to pay because they have shareholders. They have to figure out new ways to scam every year. This is going to be an every year thing. Don't think this is going to slow down. So even if you think, for that person that made that comment, even if you think the food delivery apps are paying better, you're not going to think that next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. And then automation comes in and you're replaced altogether. You got to figure out something else. Right now, non-emergency medical transportation is probably the biggest one in my state that you could get licensed for. A courier is probably the second, because you could have diversity. You could do many things. So that's my next move. But don't think that food delivery is going to pay so much more than rideshare. I actually think rideshare, if you factor in the amount of work you got to do, I think food delivery is worse. And you still have the possibility of getting robbed, because somebody could order food delivery, have you come out to pick it up, and rob you that way. And you're more likely to have cash on you if you're a food delivery driver, as opposed to a rideshare driver where you won't carry cash. Again and again and again, this is going to be an ongoing cycle for years to come. And the granddaddy of it all, the manipulator of everything, is definitely Uber, hands down. They dictate everything, and Lyft really follows them, which I don't understand why, because Lyft has the ability to make changes and be different from Uber and Lyft. But, I mean, different from Uber, but they choose to follow them rather than be different. And I predict this coming soon, that probably a month or two after Uber's cash out, the cash out fee is going to go from 89 cent or 85 cent to $1.25 on Uber, as of May 2nd. I'll give it 30 to 60 days. Lyft will be copying the same thing that they're doing. Mark my words. That's all I got to complain about today. The food delivery ain't that much better, if at all. Hit me in the comments if you agree or disagree. This has been a Nice Guy Driver. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Thank you.